state of Arizona here in Tucson at Arizona Stadium for an historic game in the Snoop Dogg Arizona Bowl. While this game caps off the regular season, how that season is remembered will be impacted greatly by what happens in this game. As we'll see the number 24 team in the country, the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets, taking on one of the participants from last year's playoff, the Indiana Hoosiers. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. Kickoff team out there ready to tee it up in this bowl game. On the run from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Use the play fake, now to throw. Fires to the wideout. A strike downfield. Works his way to the 41, and that is plenty to give him a first down. Well, they wasted no time making sure that their star touched the ball and felt the game early.
And how about the defense? You've been game planning for this guy all week long. You knew they were going to feature him. The first play, you give up a play to him. That DC's over there scratching his head and saying some words that I can't say on the airway.
Big chunk play to start this drive. Now they'll really try to take it to this defense. They'll give it to the back. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
If you're going to stop the run game, you better be physical up front on the defensive line. They've got some maulers. They've got some dudes with bad intentions. Nice play there.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Back to pass. Using the quick game. Huge play there into plus territory, and they'll mark him out of bounds at the 46.
They say tight ends are a quarterback's best friend in the pass game because think about it. The tight end's the guy lined up closest to the quarterback, which means generally those are the easiest throws a quarterback has. You saw it on that play.
And the Hoosiers with the 1st and 10. They'll run it behind the big guys on the left. Got enough for the first down and wants more. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
Wow. 4 plays on this drive by the offense. They already got 3 first downs. We knew they had a lot of playmakers coming into this game, and they're showing that right now. This defense is going to have to make a play at some point here and stop the bleeding.
They'll snap it on first down from the 35. Wide receiver comes in motion. Quick completion to the right. It's a fumble on the play. Defense falls on the ball. Going to be a turnover.
And that's a great job by this defense, limiting the yards after catch. We know guys are going to get the football in their hands, and he gets the ball out quick, gets it to him. Nice job running to the football. When you chase the football, man, a lot of good things happen. That ball pops out, you recover it, a forced turnover.
They'll go to the ground. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
And I love when defenses see pulling guards, because what you're supposed to do is run through immediately. If you're a linebacker, you see a pulling guard, I'm running through that gap. If you're a defensive lineman and that guard pulls in front of you, I run down the line of scrimmage and chase. Great job seeing that puller, making a play, getting a tackle for a loss.
They'll run it from the gun. That is a big win for this defense, as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anymore.
And the running game has gone in the wrong direction. The offense tries to turn it around and go forward on third down. To the air, it's Preston. Throws for the tight end. On target over the middle. Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with a first down.
Well, after getting that takeaway, this offense is needing some points, and that's a big completion there on third down. Good job reading the coverage. The offense is going to stay on the field. They want to keep this momentum going, and that last completion, that was big.
Looking to throw on first down. Just a bit of a misfire there as they can't make the connection.
You know, it's a good decision by the QB because his intended target wasn't open, so throw it out of bounds, and you can live to play another day here on this drive.
Backed up now, here's second and long. Trying play action. Picked off, what a play to set him up. He's loose down the left side. Touchdown, Indiana! What momentum you get when the defense comes up with a play like that. This D gave them exactly what they needed, not only with a stop, but with a touchdown.
And finding ways to impact the game early in the game, just make impact plays, right? The defense wants to create sacks, create turnovers. Great job creating a turnover and getting points off of it.
And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Georgia Tech offense rolls back onto the field. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. Back to pass, it's Preston. Throws to the tight end. Intercepted, a first half turnover can swing momentum. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
Man, another mistake by this. Listen, he is an elite quarterback. He's really, really good. He's pressing too much. Jesse, the #1 job of a quarterback, you better protect the football. I don't care how good you are, you better protect it.
Yeah, you just got to take what the defense is giving you, and I agree, David. It looks like right now he's trying to force the big play instead of just check.
Going for it all. And it'll be intercepted in the end zone. Looking for more room.
Offense would love to have that one back. Down here in this area of the field, everything has to happen faster. Decisions need to be made quicker. Ball's got to be out quicker. Routes got to be snapped off faster. They were just way too late. And as the result, the defense gets the INT.
They're going to throw it to start the drive. It's caught. Great pickup as they'll keep this drive moving, and they've got it at the 45. First down and 10.
And I love the awareness by the wide receiver on that play because I'm not sure that route was supposed to be that deep. You got to wonder if the receiver decided maybe to adjust the route a little bit to make sure that he got the first down.
And winning first downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on first down that they're going to run the football. So them getting that big chunk, getting in second and short, not a good job by this defense.
They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down.
This is a guy that can find you the hit yardage. That play, he just pushes the pile to get that first down.
to the ground with the back. Came through like a shot and knocked him down for a loss of 5.
And that's why he is an All-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down. Simply one of the best box defenders you're going to find.
There he goes. They've got him now. He almost picked up that first down on the screen.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense, catching the football.
And the Yellow Jackets come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep this drive moving. Everybody and their brother showing blitz. Dropping back, it's Preston. Unloads it left. And they fail to hook up on 3rd down.
Great job by the defense there. They weren't surprised by that play call there on 3rd and short. They were expecting pass. They took everything away and forced the incompletion.
Boy, if they don't convert this 4th down, there will be questions to be answered. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. And he is finding wide open defenders all over the field. His 3rd interception of the day. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
Well, that's the 2nd pick in as many series now for this quarterback. But, David, I love the defense right now and the way they're reading and reacting to all these route concepts. I mean, they are all over these guys on the back end.
All over the field, making plays. Listen, you're supposed to see the quarterback break on the football. You've seen several breaks on the football. Your job is to know what the offense does really, really well. And you can tell this defense is dialed in, and they know exactly what this offense wants to accomplish.
Got 3 on 1st down at 2nd and 7. Quarterback making checks. They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. He's got him. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
That wide receiver on the outside is dangerous. When you're playing zone coverage, it's really hard because you're not chasing him. You can't really get hands on him. You got to make sure you send more guys his direction. Maybe slide those linebackers toward that wide receiver so you got a little more help on the outside.
It's 1st and 10 for this offense from the 42. Sends it back in motion. Wants to throw on 1st down. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
What a play by the defender that time, because he's matched up one-on-one man coverage against an outstanding wide receiver, and it's the defender who makes the play. Really, really good position. He was up to the challenge. Interesting to see if this quarterback goes his way again.
They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Looking to fire. This time it's complete. Ripping off a good chunk inside the 25, and they're set up with a 1st down.
You know, if you're going to complete some of these deep crossing patterns, the offensive line has got to be able to hold up, because you know that receiver, it's going to take him time to get where he needs to be. So everybody up front really has to do a nice job of creating a clean pocket for the QB to throw from. Really good execution.
Got it into the red zone, dragged down at the 18-yard line. They'll line up for a 2nd down play. Clock strikes 0 here in the quarter, and Indiana is on top. 1 period in the books, and let's take a look at the stats. Lots of time left and ready to go back at it here in the 2nd quarter. Had a chance to talk it over during the break, and they'll start with second down. Wants to adjust the pattern. Off the play fake. And he rifled in that pass, but it's incomplete. We'll see if they go back to the air after the incompletion. It's 3rd and 5. In the gun, looking to throw on 3rd down. And he was trying to cash in the end zone in this red zone threat, but it's incomplete.
On that 3rd down, they took a shot in the end zone, just couldn't connect. QB and receiver not on the same page, and now it's decision time if you're the head coach on 4th.
The Hoosiers will try to pick it up on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Big tight end makes the grab. 1st down, still on his feet.
Well, it's a heck of being conservative, right? I mean, that essentially would have just been a chip shot field goal with where they were on that 4th down. But they decide to go for it, throw it. They're looking for 6. They're going for a touchdown. They are being aggressive.
Motion from the wideout. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play.
Timeout, Indiana.
And the Hoosiers trying to cash it in on 1st and goal. Just too much juice on that one as he airmails his receiver out of bounds.
And there's so much for a quarterback to think about. Stick it out in the belly. Do I pull it? Now when I pull it, oh, I got to get my feet set. Make an accurate throw to the right guy. So a lot of things going on. And I think that you saw that led to a little bit of inaccuracy.
Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Just keeps slinging it. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
2nd and goal, no dice for this offense. If I'm on offense right now, I'm thinking about who are my mismatches, who are my big bodies out wide, that I can throw them the football, and they can make a play over top of somebody.
Now 3rd and goal, and tough yardage to cover here. Making side adjustments here. Wants to fire it in the end zone on 3rd and goal. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
I don't care how talented you are as a quarterback, but your accuracy always goes down when you get hit. Nice job by the QB, scrambling, working to his right, but he wasn't completing that pass with that pressure.
They'll try to get something out of this drive and kick the field goal here on 4th down. He'll boot it from the left side, and from this distance, that angle ought to be fairly easy. Nestled just inside that right upright. And now the lead's extended a little further. So after putting 3 on the board, the kickoff team is out there ready to boot it away. From inside the 10, here he comes. And so after the scintillating return, just don't mess it up. You've got to cash this in for a score. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he's stuffed by that big defensive tackle up front.
Great job by the defense. Everybody firing off the ball, hitting their guys, holding their gaps, running to the football, nowhere to go.
Looking for the score. Throw into the end zone. It's picked off. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football. The Yellow Jackets buried deep in their own territory, just trying to find breathing room on first down. From his end zone, a lot of room to throw downfield. Quick completion on the out. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. And the Yellow Jackets in a good spot here with second and short. The give to the tailback. That's a fumble. Defense covering it up and not letting the offense get it back. It's a turnover.
Offensive players, when they got the ball, they're trying to make plays, right? Trying to make you miss. There's nothing better than closing that gap and sticking that head right in that guy's chest and causing a fumble.
Indiana has the ball back, and the Hoosier offense comes out ready to go. Well, you'd be hard-pressed to find better field position to start a drive. First and goal from the 10. And he runs into a wall. Maybe got it back to the line of scrimmage.
Well, they want to come out and try to get the run game established, but up front defensively, they made a play. They gave up nothing on that one.
Got to find some breathing room if you're going to establish yourself on the ground, and there wasn't any that time.
Yeah, Reese, I wonder now if this offense is maybe going to try to get to the perimeter of the field and see if they can use their speed to hurt this defense.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. Trying to pick up a first down. Offense changing the play. They're going to throw it on third and goal. Trying to find the end zone. And he's down after the short completion. He did not make it to the first down marker. They'd hope to be able to pick up enough after the catch, but a good stop leaves them with a fourth and short.
Really good job by the defense being physical, understanding the situation in the game. The ball's going to come out quick. You know that. Go make the tackle, force the fourth down.
The offense trying to find a way on fourth and goal from the 2. They'll go to the air. Under fire. They got him for the sack, and now get the ball back after the fourth down stop.
Yeah, that's just a play the quarterback can't make. Fourth down by the goal line. That ball's got to find its way in the end zone somehow, some way. You simply cannot take a sack. I know it's difficult. The defense is bearing down on you, but you've got to be able to negotiate that throw and at least give somebody a chance in the end zone.
Yeah, a great job by the QB, finding the running back, get him the football where he can do some damage after the catch, and most importantly, get the first down.
Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. To throw, it's Preston. Right on the money. They'll pick up 4, second and 6 coming.
And quarterback dropping back, understanding I'm getting zone coverage. All I got to do is be a little bit patient, manipulate that defense a little bit. My wide receiver runs that drag, and I get the first down.
Second down coming up. Off play action. Unloads to the wideout. Got a man in the middle. Just what they were looking for to get this drive rolling. They're out to the 35. This offense has had trouble getting it in gear, but maybe a little life here on 1st and 10. They'll leave it with him. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
I just think such a big part of this offense is being physical and establishing the run game. They haven't had a lot of success offensively early in this one, and that's why right there, they're not able to get this guy going yet. That's got to change as this game goes on.
We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and a score on this drive would do wonders for their confidence. So now it's 2nd and long. Now the play fake. He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. Brings it down on the right side. Finds some room. Touchdown, Yellow Jackets. Once he got some room, it was over.
And I tell you what, that passing touchdown, man, that should spark this whole team. Like, the comeback is more than on now. Like, they got the touchdown. They cut into the lead. You want to get a stop and go into the half, get all the juices, all the excitement, and be like, listen, the passing game's rolling. We got this. The comeback's in full effect.
So after getting into the end zone on that last drive, they're set to kick it away. And he's not going to take a knee. Here he comes. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Plenty of time left in the half here as they take over, but they will want to be efficient here in the final 2 minutes. Might be changing the route. Defense showing plenty of pre-snap movement of their own. Under fire.
Man, a lot of coaches talk about starting the drive positive and the first play that can get you going. The QB just kept backing up and going backwards, and that is not the start to the drive they were looking for.
The Hoosiers have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. He'll do it himself. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
They go with the option. Quarterback keeps it himself. And look, we've seen this guy on tape, guys, break these tackles and take it the distance. This offense should keep dialing up these option plays. Don't let that short gain by the QB prevent you from running this scheme in your playbook.
This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. Going to try to get it himself. They stop him short, and we'll have a big 4th down coming.
It's a little demoralizing, too, I think, if you're on defense, because it looked like you had him, right? It's 3rd down. Everybody's getting ready for a big sack. They're pinning their ears back, trying to get upfield. You just can't make the play. Quarterback's able to escape. He doesn't get the 1st down, but he did get nice yardage, so I'm curious to see what they do here on 4th.
Punt is in the air on 4th down. Here's the return. He couldn't find much running room there. Didn't get a lot of blocking, and he'll step out of bounds. Inside 30 seconds to play in the half. We'll see how aggressive they are on this drive. Looking to pass. It's Preston. Fires left. He makes a catch. They get him down at the 36. It will be a 1st down. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the 1st half. Running out of time here in the 1st half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Wants to go up top on 1st down. He's got the tight end. That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be second and just a few breaths away from the first down. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half, maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. The Yellow Jackets have a lot of options on 2nd and inches. Wants to go up top. And it's a catch, but he's got enough for the first down.
Number 14 on field goal.
Absolute shank. Missed it. And after the miss, they're still down by a field goal. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update. And the Hoosiers will kick it off to start the second half. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Ramblin' Wreck offense rolls back onto the field. And they're trailing on the scoreboard right now, but they are very much in the mix to finish this season with a bowl win.
Yeah, and I think
Turning it on! And he broke one tackle on the way to a solid pickup there.
Definitely been tough sledding for this guy, especially in the first half. They gave him the ball a bunch, but they just don't have a ton of yards on the ground to show for it at this point. That looked like a pretty good run, though. You just wonder maybe in the second half, if they keep giving him the football, it may start paying some dividends.
Looks as if he's going to run it. How about that defense getting back there? He'll lose a couple. And the Yellow Jackets come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to keep the drive alive. Oh, this defense wants to bring some pressure. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. He'll be stopped short, picks up one, but they're facing 4th and 1. The offense stays on the field. Maybe they'll try to make the defense jump. They also might try to run it ahead for 1 yard. Number 45 on his way. All kinds of room to the right. Touchdown, Georgia Tech. And with that, they've got the lead here in the second half.
man, oh man, when you got a weapon like that, you got to find him and you got to give him the ball in space. You have some plays on your play sheet, and some of them just say, that guy, get him the ball, let him do the rest. Dangerous weapon out of the backfield, catching the football, making the big play.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Indiana sends the offense onto the field. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, and hoping for better fortune this time around. Linebackers shuffling around, trying to keep the quarterback from getting a read. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. Second down coming.
Well, the quarterback knew he wanted to go to his tight end on that play. He's a big physical target, but it was the hit on the play that forced the incompletion.
Still at their own 20 after that last incompletion. It's 2nd and 10. They'll run play action. Fires to the right. Working a little foot magic on the sidelines, and it'll be enough for the first down.
This slot receiver gives defensive coordinators nightmares. You have got to double him virtually on every pass play. He better have safety help over top. Otherwise, this guy's a threat to score every time they throw the ball.
From the 39-yard line, it's 1st and 10. The give to the running back from the shotgun.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
2nd down, they'll go to the air. Makes the grab on the left. And he was able to run through a tackle, and they finally get him, but not until he picks up the 1st down.
Nice job by the running back catching the football and understanding where the 1st down marker was. I got to go get that 1st down. Did a nice job of it.
The Hoosiers are on the move. Red pass, it's complete. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
We're able to find the tight end for an easy completion, but good job tackling, not allowing him to get the 1st down.
What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? Rides the back and leaves it on the option. They'll wrestle him down just short of the 1st down. I don't even think they're going to bring out the chains to measure this one. And the Hoosiers moving quickly to the line. They'll try to pick up the 1st through the air. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's 4th down.
DB does an outstanding job here on the deep pass. Locating the football, no PI, able to swat it away, passing complete.
So the offense is going to go for it on 4th down. Trying to do it on the ground. Good, solid pickup there. Now they can start to smell it with a 1st down at the 31.
You know, you go for it on 4th and inches in this fringe area of the field in your opponent's territory. I'd be curious to see if on the next play now, they're going to try to take a shot and see if they can catch the defense sleeping.
The Hoosiers have it with a 1st and 10. They'll give it to him again. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
And I like the defense being aggressive. They heated up that RPO. He didn't even give him time to read it. I'm getting in the backfield right now, making a play, being aggressive, bringing the fight to the offense.
And the Hoosiers trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Quarterback making adjustments. 2nd down, he'll throw it. Fires to the tight end. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the 1st down.
It's important on offense to get the tight ends involved in the passing game. These are big fellas that can run. This guy's a big target, so nice job on that play.
The Hoosiers, once backed up in the shadow of their own goalpost, have put quite a drive together. He'll pull it on the read. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Hoosiers!
And you see the option being such a pain in the behind of the best programs in college football. When you got quarterbacks that have those multiple options, they're making you play very disciplined, and the QB takes it himself, gets in for the score.
And the extra point puts them up by a field goal. They marched 78 yards down the field, and the scoring play came on the 12-yard run. So after getting into the end zone on that last drive, they're set to kick it away. No chance to return that one. A booming kickoff out of the back of the end zone. It's a touchback. Georgia Tech has the ball back, and here comes the Yellow Jacket offense. They had to stand by and watch that scoring march, and now it's up to them to find a way to answer it. They go to the ground. They keep feeding him in this running game, and the defense is having none of it. It's been that way all day.
Another tough run for this offense, and I think a big reason why they're down on the scoreboard right now is they just haven't been able to get this guy going. They've tried to give him the ball a lot. It just hasn't paid off, but you get the feeling, too, if they are going to crawl back in this one, they need him to break one off, and it just takes one play for this guy. Don't be impatient. You got to keep giving him the football.
Scanning the field, it's Preston. They're working that left side. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down.
Well, it's a nice job by the defender. They're closing the gap with the wide receiver. They're going to complete the hitch pass, but he's able to run right up on him, get him to the ground for a minimal gain.
The Yellow Jackets are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. Defense loves to show heat and try to confuse the quarterback. Takes it from the gun on 3rd down. Got his man quickly. He'll have enough to move the chains. It's 1st down at the 38.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on 3rd down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is. You saw it right there on that one.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Back to pass. Got him downfield. It's a running run. Hey, he strides his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Yellow Jackets.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times, touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
And with the extra point, they take a 21-17 lead. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. Now to make sure this kickoff team covers properly to pay off that last scoring drive. He'll bring it back from inside his spot. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. Gives it on the option. Not much there. Picks up a couple to the 22.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. You know where to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
Lost the fire on 2nd down. Got his man on the right. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands. Holding penalties, the ultimate drive killer. We'll see if it costs this offense here. Let's see what they've got on 2nd down. Guys, we've reached the end of the quarter, and Georgia Tech has the lead. And we've reached the end of the 3rd, and time is running out if they're going to cut into this deficit. Let's take a look at our game stats before we move on. Here comes the 4th. Time to see who steps up, who makes the winning plays to take home that W. So the final period starts with a second down play. Might be calling a hot route. To the air on second down. Gets open down the middle. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup.
The thing I like about the slot receiver, he's really intentional in his route run. The quarterback always knows exactly where he's going to be on the field. They've got great chemistry.
Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. Third and long, back up inside their 20. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete, and fourth down's coming.
And the quarterback gets hit again. We already know this defense has gotten home to him multiple times in this game. So here you are, you're trailing in the game. Defense knows you're going to throw it. They're pinning their ears back. You can't feel very confident right now if you're the play caller, and certainly if you're the quarterback, that you're going to have time to throw.
Down a possession here in the fourth, and they'll need to convert on this fourth down. They'll move the wide receiver. On fourth down, they'll try to throw it. Might be looking to run. Trying to escape and get it himself. How about this sophomore learning when to just do it himself?
How about that critical moment in the fourth quarter? He hasn't really had a lot of success on the ground, but you put the ball in his hands. It's a pass play. You want to throw it, but he makes a very good decision. He tucks it. He gets the first down. That's a big-time play in the fourth quarter by this quarterback.
Waits to grab. Ridden out of bounds at the 45. A big play for this offense.
Great job creating space. That's what you're supposed to do. When you get man coverage, you got to find a way to get a step, make it easy for your quarterback to read that leverage, and when he drags across the field, he could see he had him. He completes it for the first down.
Now improvising. Got a little space. He gets it down to the 36 before being knocked out of bounds.
You just can't say enough about this quarterback and how important his legs are to their success for the season, for this game, and really for this drive. Earlier, when he called his own number, it was a big gain. He does it again. He's got the knack of just understanding when to...
Breaks into the open. And he takes it all the way down to the 10-yard line. An explosive play for this offense. And the Hoosiers will hustle to the line. They'll keep it on the ground for first and goal. He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. Pulls it on the bootleg fake. Gets it out fast. Good throw and catch. Takes it down to the 5 as the offense tries to cash in.
Nice job by the defense forcing the third and goal. You can't allow any run after catch in these situations. Play aggressive, play tight, and play physical.
A touchdown here on third and goal really ratchets up the game pressure. Trying to bull his way in. Touchdown, Indiana! And they grab the advantage, taking the lead here in the fourth. A methodical drive that they finish off by tossing it to the tight end.
And the tight end, I'll tell you what, this is a position that's evolved so much, right? And you see him move all over the field. It's kind of like, where is Waldo? You got to find this big fella, especially down in the red zone area. This is the guy they're going to target and make the big play, get the touchdown.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And the ball will make it into the end zone. No return on that one for a touchback. The Georgia Tech offense rolls back onto the field. Not the day they had hoped to have, but when you are a ranked team, you are going to get everyone's best shot. And now let's see if they can pull this one out. He stopped just a chain length or two away from the first down and sets them up beautifully here.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly, and that's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
You just need more from your offensive line. Second and short like that, you'd love to be able to fire off the ball and pick that up running it, but the defense was able to get penetration. They were able to get a stop, and now you set up third down, and this offensive line is going to have to play a lot better here.
Back to throw, it's Preston. Makes the catch. Oh, he's got some space. Coming through with that third down conversion, and they'll mark it at the 43. He might have expected to see this DB up in his receiver's kitchen. Instead, nice little zone, and they pick up the first.
Man, offenses are getting so good, Reese, at seeing the holes in the zone, knowing you're in zone, knowing where to sit down, how to make it an easy pitch and catch for the quarterback, and that's what it was on third and short.
Gets the back moving. Looking downfield on first down. With the catch, it's Lawrence. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few.
How nice is it in this offense to have your best receiver playing in the slot? You're matching him up against linebackers, against safeties, or nickel corners. Nickel corners are oftentimes the defense's third best cornerback. This guy is virtually uncoverable.
Going to swing it on second down. Good quickness to grab it off the deflection. All down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down. How about the big tight end keeping his concentration off that deflection?
And a lot of times you see those contested catches, but the deflected catches, those are just good bounces. Nice job by the big fella, continue to concentrate and see the football, but a nice break for that thing to bounce right to him.
Looking to throw again. Makes the grab.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
Trying to get a rhythm in the passing game now on second down. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and time is of the essence for this offense to get things done. And here comes play number 6 of the drive. Defense trying to keep this offense from getting a line on who to block. Motion from the wide receiver. Single back formation, and they give it to him. He works his way inside the 30 down to the 29 and picks up a first down.
A lot of times when you think about speed back, speed, you think on the edge. You don't think in between the tackles. You don't think about breaking tackles. They try to break your ankles. So the problem is when you're trying to run there as fast as you possibly can, a lot of times you don't get to put a good hit on him. And in turn, you see he breaks tackles and make big plays.
That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. Looking left. Another interception. This guy just can't find his own players. He is finally out of bounds, but he was smelling that end zone on that return.
When you're down late in the game, you got to make plays. It's really tough not to force the football. You can tell quarterback forces the football. Defense comes up with a huge interception.
They'll keep it on the ground. The clock is on their side. Still on his feet at the 45. They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49.
It's so nice as an offense to know you can generate explosive plays by handing the football off to this guy. He has got incredible speed.
It'll be a first down from the 49-yard line. They'll ride the hot hand, finding open areas.
You got to give the coaching staff credit because they really do focus all season long on situational football with the lead late in the game. If we're on offense, we're trying to stay in bounds. We're trying to bleed the clock. And after ripping off a really nice run, that guy knew, I've got to get down. I cannot get pushed out of bounds, cannot get tackled out of bounds. Really, really nice job.
The give on the option. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. The defense trying to get a stop on third down from the 44. Movement from the linebackers trying to mess with the offensive line's assignments. Shotgun snap on third down. Throws to the wideout. Finds a man on the left. They'll make the stop, but that first down ought to ice it, and they should be able to kneel this one out. The Hoosiers will try to run out the clock in the final minute. A bit of a roll of the dice, betting that they could finish the game, and they almost certainly did with that completion.
And I love when coaches have confidence in their quarterbacks in big situations like that. With the game on the line, go out and execute and ice this game.
Timeout called by the defense, 29 seconds to go. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Looking to fire. It's complete to the right. He's down at the 1, and they almost had the touchdown pass on that one.
You know, it's a nice throw by the QB there. When you're throwing to running backs, you got to make it easy on them. So you want to put it right on their body, make the catch simple, and let them go to work like they did just there, getting that first.
And a chance, perhaps, to salt this game away if this offense can pay this off with a late touchdown. It's complete to the left. Got the completion, but nowhere to go as that defense reacted quickly. And the D deny them on second and goal. Try to march their way in. And that will be the final play as the clock strikes 0 here. Well, look what we have here, guys. After all the early season doubts, these guys have put together a winning streak.
They sure have. Man, they're just believing in themselves right now. This is a completely different looking team than what we saw early in the year. They're playing with so much more confidence. And David, when you start making plays, you start stringing W's together, that's obviously what happened.
Everybody gets energized. Everybody starts to contribute. Young guys start to grow up. Coaches start to believe in them. Everything starts to turn around and swing the other way. They got it all going in the right direction.
That's going to do it for us here, and for these two teams, that's going to do it for a season. Another bowl game in the books, and a season is wrapped. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer and our entire crew behind the scenes, I'm Reese Davis signing off, and we'll see you next season for another presentation of EA Sports College Football.